Hey, what's up guys, Chris here, and guess what? I checked the total amount of Filmmaker React episodes that have come out since the conception of the show, and it's 87. The first actual Filmmaker React episode was on 40K Warhammer. So I was like, ooh, if it's close to like 99 or 100, we can make another 40K reaction finally. But no, it's on 87, but I said, doesn't matter. This is awesome. You guys have requested it. Really excited that Henry Cavill has been involved with bringing this to live action with him acting as well. And now I kind of, wanted like just to keep things fresh. So I made this setup because a lot of you guys have requested me to capture the audio directly from the cinematic as we react to it. So let me know in the comment section below after you watch this reaction if you guys enjoy this style and setup for Filmmaker React. Now, today's episode is brought to you guys by my merch store, Guerrilla Filmmaker, where you can find clothing like a sick hoodie and a crew t-shirt and stuff like that, but also film posters from Final Fantasy VII Resurgent as well as Paragon Reloaded to support this show, YouTube, and my projects as well. So hit a link in the description, guys. I will have some codes down below as well. And of course, if you're into filmmaking and you watch the analysis parts of these reactions, I'm also gonna have a discount code for the Guerrilla Filmmaker Lifetime Pass membership. That is the place to be to learn all about filmmaking, but specifically the way that I approach it in the sense of like techniques, methodologies, skills, and things that no one will teach you. So the Guerrilla Filmmaker Pass is going to be linked down below as well. And with that said, let's fire up YouTube, put on the earphones, and check out 40K Warhammer Cinematic. Now, I'm a bit lost because I know the lore of 40K is massive, but oh well, go here, full screen. Let's put on the headphones. Nice one. Ready, guys? 1, 2, 3. Full screen. Nice logo, actually. This is the first actual cinematic from the company itself. Looks really good.
Command! This is first platoon! We've lost the square! We can't hold it!
Oh, it's like aliens. Here we go. Badass shot. I like where this is going. Ooh. Let's go. Hey. Yes, let's go, boy. Fatality. Mate, you got wasted. Nice.
These angels.
I wouldn't call them angels, mate, but Henry Cavill. Well, that's the actual game. Sign up now. Whew. Okay. That was that one. Let's like this sick cinematic. And okay, you know what's funny? It's actually hilarious that it has taken 86, I guess, 86 to 85 episodes to react to another 40k cinematic. Now the thing is, the first filmmaker reaction on 40k was actually on the fan-made sick project of what was it, 5 episodes, 45 episodes, and that was sick. And as far as I know, from you guys telling me in the comments as well, the guy was actually hired by the video game company or company itself, so it will be very excited to see what he's working on with the team. But yeah, this one is actually the first one from the actual company, and I have to say, the style and the cinematography, the filmmaking in general of that nice trailer was on freaking par and sick. Like the way they've implemented the gore, but it still made sense, and everything from sound effects to like animation to stuff like that. It was actually on point, I would say. Let me guys know what you think of this cinematic, and I have a favor to ask, right? Since the 40k lore is so massive, I don't really know, this is just a random thing, I just clicked on YouTube, 40k cinematic, a few results came up, and I was like, from the thumbnail, okay, let's react to that one, looks interesting, it has good views, right? But if you guys can let me know, or list down in the comment section, if there's a specific sequence we would tackle something like this, let me know, because then we can do it in the actual timeline. Or if it's not, then we'll just pick and crop and do things like this. Now, sick cinematic, really enjoyed it, especially the freaking alien chopped off, that was sick. And a bit, for adults only. I don't know how the rating goes, but anyways, let's jump right back and talk about some cool filmmaking techniques used, some visual effects, and overall how something like this gets made. So let's go back, full screen, hits 0 on the keyboard, and do nothing. Sure, we'll go on like this. Let's go back. Okay, so I really like that logo. Quick, engaging, and to the point, and we're going straight to the cinematic. So we're starting off with a nice space shot with some spaceships coming into the planet. Now when it comes to sci-fi, you kind of need this shot, you know what I mean? You need to establish a planet and what's happening. And it gives you a great opportunity to put some logos as well. It's really cool. And again, what they do here, guys, is they're building tension but in a different way, right? So what they can do is actually start within the planet and then show you the planet, but what they actually do is they establish the planet so you, the audience, instantly can start being like, okay, we have a foreign planet and a ship is approaching the planet. That's cool. 3, 4, 5 seconds of a shot, and then we cut back to the ship being already through the atmosphere and glazing through, in this case, a very, very foggy city. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if you're making a sci-fi film that does take place in a foreign planet, right? And I have something coming up on this, so do make sure to stay tuned and hit a follow on Instagram. Basically is just make a cool sci-fi shot of a planet, which is actually way easier nowadays. And we do take a look in the Filmmaker Reacts episode with the Filmmaker Reacts live pass, so do make sure to check it out. All you have to do then is get a nice drone shot of the forest, the sand dunes, wherever your short film takes place, right? And that's it. You establish the planet. Let's say it's it's a desert-looking planet. Then you can do a drone shot of a desert, and if you want, you can put some planets or some sci-fi stuff in the horizon, or even incorporate a 3D spaceship. But that's it. After that, you've established the landscape, the world, and what takes place. So this is what they do here as well. And I really like the incorporation of the logos. Then we cut to a close-up, and the sound really starts to kick in, and we have the soundtrack leading as well. Then we get the perspective of the alien for the first time. So now we know, okay, we have aliens, some things are gonna go down. It looks like the city has been a battlefield. Love this shot. Really engaging, it really puts you in the action. It's as if you are another ship flying alongside these ships. So this shot is just great, and I love the meticulous detail on the smoke simulations, as the ships go by, they create that kind of like vortex effect. All of those small things from the team all come together to create some really engaging atmosphere for the audience. Masterful. If you guys notice, we'll go frame by frame. They use the smoke from the spaceships to seamlessly cut through the smoke of the battlefield with the troops on the floor, on land. That is really smart and really cool. So we follow this guy for a bit, kind of like get the sensation of what's happening to him. And as you see, guys, he is going to hide behind a pillar, and that gives us the breathing moment to understand what's happening. The other cool thing to note...
Company command! This is first platoon! We've lost the square! We can't hold it!
Really cool design. I love that the freaking alien has swords themselves. Another thing to note, as I was mentioning before, is the time within the daylight that this takes place. Actually, if you notice, the sun is somewhat low. It is casting angular shadows. As the sun approaches closer to being sunset, is casting longer shadows. This is done because when the sun is perfectly vertical, it's a really boring light situation for filmmakers. As the sun goes either sunset or sunrise or sunset, you have the golden hour. But even before that, because the sun is not perfectly vertical, it gives you a lot more of an interesting light, because you can always position your subject against the source of light and film them this way. And this gives that cinematic feel. And again, here with the shadows and the light cast, it just looks really sick. Ooh. Epic landing. There we go. This is exactly what I was talking before about the light, guys. If you notice where the sun position is in the shot, up in the right corner, it casts from the back, and they are, silhouetted, but still, have light bleed around them. And this makes it really interesting because it gives depth to the image. If the sun was in front of them and the shadows behind them, it would look boring AF. If you guys note, which is very subtle because this is kind of like a studio setup, but same thing applies. I have one light source on that side casting the light, and you're positioned on the shadow side of my face, and this creates a nice depth when it comes, and it just makes it look pleasing to the eye because it gives dimension. This is the same concept as well. Another cool thing to note is how we're positioned as the camera, as the viewer, very low down, looking up to the Marines as they land, and this gives them a great sensation of power. And we feel, since they're supposed to help in this case, I guess, even though you guys have told me that in 40K, they're no good guys. Supposed to help, it just gives them a really powerful sensation, basically. You can see the aliens being afraid. Let's go, boy. Love the subtle animation, guys, if you see when the alien does the scream. I've noticed this with dinosaurs as well, because I've been looking into some dinosaur stuff when it comes to filmmaking. When a creature screams, the thing that really sells it is the vibration of the mouth muscles, but also not spit exactly, but like some form of saliva crap going on. The combination of those two things really makes you really get scared with that kind of stuff. So that is really cool to see it here as well. Boom, mate, every gunshot feels sick. This shot, what can I say for that shot? Oh god, that was flawless. Again, the light is situated in the back, illuminating the action. There were so many shots to go through, but here, when it comes to action scenes, they're really thrilling, right? And sometimes can be complex for us to understand, or if you want to make a fight scene yourself, you're like, where the heck do I start? But it's actually really straightforward. It's a lot of shots, a lot of different angles, all stitched together as the action happens. So when a sword goes like this, that motion gives you a cutting point, and you can cut to a close-up of that sword going down. If a Marine bursts through someone, that motion gives you the cut to a bird's eye view looking down on the battlefield. So while, for example, something like John Wick has been praised for its continuous action, in order to make an amazing action scene, you do not need to do that because it's very complex, right? If you do your choreography right, then all it is doing it again and again and capturing different angles that can give you the ability to cut in post-production and really emphasize specific things, specific actions happening, and really give a thrilling emotion to your audience. So if you guys will move here. Okay, this is the perfect example of what I just talked to you guys about. We have the exact same motion happening. The alien is going to, slashing the Marine down. The Marine goes on defense to block it. And the moment that action happens, we cut to a different shot like this. See, this is a great, like cinematography wise, and the shot, some shots are designed in a specific way to visually show you something as well. For example, here the alien pushing down on the Marine, and you have that kind of like very nice parallax from the side looking at both and seeing the kind of like power play, if that makes any sense. As before, we had the close-up of the alien looking at the Marine and screaming at him, and the exact next shot was the Marine looking confident, let's say, and being ready to go as well. Love the use of the gun. Mate, that alien got kebabbed and decapitated. Not a good day. Sick. Oh. Sick. Boom. Always double tap. I love this little detail here, how when the guy looks, they expand the time in terms of slow motion to really give the sensation of how important that moment is for the guy looking and how powerful those guys are seen as. When you expand time, is because you really want to expand the importance of the shot, whether it is an action shot or something like this, or a death scene where the guy, for example, you remember from, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, Harry Potter, when Sirius died, Harry went like this, you couldn't hear the scream, and it was a slow motion reaction of the pain. That is a great use of slow motion, and here again, this is used to really take into the audience and to the other guy, like the power of the Marine. They command the thing. Sick shot. Just shows you what comes next. They had a little bit of a win, and then it shows you the havoc of the battlefield. Sick. That was awesome, guys. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. As I told you before, let me know what you think of the new set, and if hearing the cinematic with the actual sound and then my voice on top is something you guys like, so we can keep this setup, or if you prefer the previous one. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's it. Another Filmmaker Reacts episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to check the merch store as well as the Guerrilla Filmmaker Pass to get some really cool stuff and support the channel. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until then, stay awesome and creative.